All right, let's get this done. Debunking the Comic Curator part infinity to the 7th power. So during these past 2 days, I had 2 debates with this Comic Curator dick writer named codenamed JJ, and I'm telling you, he has to be one of the biggest Comic Curator meat suckers of all time, bro. Like, I'm telling you, if Matt Metalwolf and codenamed JJ were in a pregnancy contest of who has the most babies of the Comic Curator, I promise you the difference will be so minuscule that you wouldn't be able to tell the difference, right? So one of those debates I actually won, and the other debate I lost because not only was I sleep deprived because I've been overworking myself for about 4 to 5 days, only gotten about 2 hours of sleep through the entire 5 days of working. But hey, comic things that he slammed me, even though I actually did win a debate against JJ before I got arguably worse. So hey, let's get started with this video.
By that entire group telling me that Jazzy was in college and he was an older guy. He was in his 20s.
Nobody said that I was in college. In fact, I even stated in my video that when I was going to study criminology when I get to college. I am 20 years old right now and I'm about to graduate high school. So yeah, do not try to put false claims on me that I never said.
Apparently he's not. He's on his lunch break in school.
That's okay. It's my lunch period. Oh, okay. Hey, yo, what's good, JJ?
So, of course, within the first 15 seconds, Jazzy is already making some gross, vile, disgusting, homophobic slurs.
JJ got to finish our debate, so it was good, Tobel. It was good. Somebody get Logan. I like a Logan over here proving that he got to be the biggest dick writer of the century. Like, oh my fucking.
Yeah, I wasn't being homophobic, nigga. You cannot track at all. What I will say is that he was literally glazing, hence the term dick writer. Both Logan, JJ, Matt Metalwolf, and Gator are got to be the #1 dick writers of the century. And I'm not saying in a homophobic sense because I myself am transgender. So no, I wasn't being homophobic at all. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. In fact, tell your whole audience how you at 40 years old are talking about sexuality to your server, which has minors in it. There are some things I saw of him being transphobic, but I need to research more on that inside of the server. So comment, you got to be one of the worst pathological liars I have ever seen. The fact that you were able to lie to your entire community is genuinely insane.
And it's amazing that he would just reference me randomly, even though I had nothing to do with this.
Curator also like Yagami manipulation. I swear to God, bro. What the fuck? The way he's able to easily manipulate his fucking chat, that niggas are just lying and shit like that, but that's so.
And as you can see here, this is where you can see that Comic Curator is just an absolute fucking retard, because I guess you don't know what the term of manipulation is. So you don't know what the definition of manipulation is and how you fit that description. I'm glad you read that shit out to you. Manipulation is a tactic used for one's own gain. My nigga, you are the absolute definition of a manipulator. Not only have you manipulated multiple people, including minors, to believe that a fictional character is above religion and trying to play it off as fiction like that doesn't change anything. You've also tried to manipulate people that I've been attacking you or that I've been harassing, when it's in fact you that has been starting most of this shit. You've also manipulated many others to believe that I was debating you in an alt in your server when that nigga's identity matches nothing with me at all. Not only that, you're trying to manipulate niggas to say that dick riding is being homophobic, which is just another lie that you're not going to be able to prove because you cannot fucking track at all. Comic, wake the fuck up. You are a 40-year-old man pushing 50, lying about religion to minors and lying about debate wins. So yes, I'm going to call you a manipulator because you've been manipulating people for 2 years straight. You are one of the worst scums of the Dragon Ball universe ever since Lord Paragon, Logical J, and Supreme. You don't deserve human rights and you don't count as a human because you refuse to evolve. And as a human, we are required to evolve, which you haven't been doing for the last 2 years. Like, you genuinely need to quit YouTube and rethink your life choices, because one day you're going to grow 80 years old, you're going to realize, damn, I'm a bitch. Now, we're going to get to some of the creator stuff later. Next, we're going to talk about the shit that I did with JJ in this debate. And as I said before, we had 2 debates, and the second debate I wasn't even supposed to be in. Maj was supposed to be in this, but because I was overworking myself, I thought that I could handle it, even though after already done a debate with him and I already slammed him due to the fact that not only did he concede to my points, he went circular and we concluded.
Milky Way is located in the North Galaxy. Did you or did you not just say that?
No, I've been trying to argue that the Milky Way is the North Galaxy. That's what I've been trying to
And
argue.
what you just said specifically is that the Milky Way is the North Galaxy. So I mean, it's in the North Galaxy. So how can the Milky Way be the North Galaxy if the Milky Way is located in the North Galaxy?
That is not. I'm saying the entire section is the I'm saying that the North Galaxy is the Milky Way. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's not a lie. What you specifically just said, right, is that the Milky Way is located in the North Galaxy. So if it's located in the North Galaxy, what
That's
you
not
just
at
said,
all what I said. Please do not.
that is at all what you just. That is
Please,
literally what you
that
just
is
said.
not what I just said.
That it literally is what you just said.
How hard is that to understand that I'm just saying that the Milky Way and the North Galaxy is the same exact thing?
But the fact that you said that it's located inside the North Galaxy, like that's like saying Canada. That's like saying Chicago is America,
As
but
you can
Chicago is
see here,
located
he
inside
literally
of America.
contradicted
That's not
himself
not that
by
hard to
literally
understand.
saying that
That's
the Milky
literally
Way
what you
is
just said.
inside of the North Galaxy. And then I even asked him, so how can the Milky
just gonna
Way be
end
the
it with
North
this.
Galaxy if you literally just stated
Milky
that the
Way
Milky
is
Way
the
is
North
located in the
Galaxy.
North Galaxy? And
Earth
I even
is
provided
Okay, yeah,
a
you're
logic
just
and
all
he
right, bro.
couldn't
You're just
answer
going
that.
circular,
And he
bro.
kept going
Cool,
circular,
bro.
so I said that
We
he
can
could
conclude.
which was just a win for me. Then shortly after that, he debated Maj, and then he got destroyed by Maj as well, a 2-1 combo. Then he also agreed to debate Maj when the time was up, and later on today, when he went to debate Maj, he left and tried to claim that we was kicking him out when we did not do no such thing. And because he engaged with the topic and decided to leave mid-topic, that would just count as a concession. So Maj beat him again. The only reason why I'm accepting my loss this debate is because it teaches me how to be more time management and not to overwork myself to absolute hell. Because I've been doing so much shit in about 4 days. Not only have I been editing videos, gathering information to debunk your stupid ass, also reading the rest of the books that Cookie gave me while doing research papers and helping out with my house in general. And it was even worse for me when I decided to take up for Maj since Maj was busy, so I decided to debate him when I should have just rescheduled their debate for another time. And I got in considerably worse ever since yesterday because today I had so much shit to do that I was really tired. I couldn't do everything all at once. But now that I actually have 3 more hours of sleep, which is honestly some of the best sleep I ever had in my life, now I can actually debunk your points, which I'm going to do in this video since you claim that he beat me. This is going to be no hate to JJ. Well, no, a little disrespect. I'm gonna try to be as disrespectful as possible because even though you don't do nothing wrong, you're still a comic creator goon. You might be a chill dude outside the whole comic creator glazing BS, but like right now, I'm just trying to debunk all this shit. So yeah, let's get to explain all his points in clear, concise details.
My argument is that the 4 galaxies are not actually galaxies; they're just areas
But they're
that have galaxies in them.
Galaxy clusters, pretty much. That's what a galaxy
You can see here already in the beginning, he's literally just strawmanning the fuck out of my argument. I never argued a galaxy cluster. I was arguing that they were administrative sectors. An administrative sector refers to a geographic subdivision of a country used for local governance. Now let's use another library analogy. Imagine a library with an infinite amount of books. We got the north wing, the east wing, the south wing, and the west wing. Because there are only 4 wings, does that mean there are only 4 book collections? No, that's what exactly what I was trying to argue. These names of these areas are referring to governance. They're not referring to quantity at all. That's what exactly what I've been trying to argue this entire time, and yet they keep strawmanning my statements. Both of them have been strawmanning my statements for these past days. One saying, oh yeah, it's a galaxy with another galaxy in it. I never said that. That's just strawmanning my argument. Saying that I'm arguing a supercluster or saying that I'm arguing a galaxy that oversees itself is just another strawman. You guys have been strawmanning my arguments for the past 5 days. If you're going to strawman arguments as soon as you get inside of the debate, then there is generally something wrong with you. And this is what happened for both of our debates. He strawman my arguments as soon as we began the debate. What I'm arguing, what you think I'm arguing is exactly 2 different things. What I'm arguing is a directional area of something that's not physical. What you think I'm arguing is something that is physical. Yes, you're correct. A galaxy cluster is a bunch of galaxies that are held together by gravity. However, I am not arguing that they're a galaxy cluster. What I am arguing are territorial terms and directional areas. What Comic Curator and his goons try to do is not only strawman arguments, but from this evidence, flex a win on somebody that was at their lowest. And if that's the only way that you can get a win against me, then I am genuinely disappointed. But yeah, like I said, I don't expect nothing from the dude who claims that a fictional character is above religion. This is just something that he does on a daily basis with no hesitation whatsoever, and it's actually disappointing. Like the way he's flexing a win over me, how I was nerfed, is like flexing a win like Jake Paul did against Mike Tyson. which is actually pretty crazy. And the fact he's flexing a win that's not even his is crazy because he doesn't have the guts to actually debate me formally. But he's been doing this for multiple people. He's done this for Drip. He's ducked Historic multiple times, so it doesn't even matter. He's been ducking people and claiming that he won against them multiple times, bro. And this is exactly why I do not respect Comic Curator as a human being, because he does not choose to evolve any sort of way.
You get what my argument is, right? And I'm just
That is your argument.
I said that they're not galaxy clusters, they're areas. Like the quadrants, like say we have a quadrant like multiple, like with a quadrant with scattered data in it, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Basically,
the fact that the Comic Curator put that there acted like he actually did something that's actually crazy, when yes, the areas are supposed to have clusters of galaxies. The areas themselves are not clusters. What you said doesn't create a contradiction. If they are just simply areas, then they will have clusters in them. An area is a region of space. So arguably those areas are going to have things like solar systems, planets, nebulae, galaxies, galaxy clusters, etc. That does not mean that the entire area is a cluster. Trying to say that I said that galaxy means infinitely more galaxies, you are strawmanning my argument again. You have not been listening to it whatsoever. Comic, you are generally one of the most bumfuck retarded motherfuckers that I've ever seen on this platform, bro. You need to get a fucking reality check.
It's a collection of little galaxies inside of a big one. And of course, what Jazzy doesn't understand is that if there's a plural needed in the Japanese kanji, then numbers or other associations need to be right next to it or very nearby for context. Oops, that's the actual definition of what the plurals are in Japanese and why they're needed. Oops, I guess I debunked him once.
Yeah, this is just an argument for interest because Japanese do not need numbers to indicate plurality. For example, Ginga by itself can already mean galaxy or galaxies. That is exactly what Herms himself also argued as well. I can even send you the link to the Kanzenshu that Herms stated this in, but Herms stated that the North Galaxy can be interpreted and it could possibly be North Galaxies, since there's no real plural in Japanese. And North Galaxies is way more consistent with my logic. Comic, stop acting like you know Japanese at all. You use ChatGPT for most of your claims. How about you actually go pick up a book and study Japanese instead of trying to babble to me that you know Japanese? You've been misinterpreting kanji for 3 videos straight, and the fact that you haven't realized your mistake really says something about you as a person.
Once more, he's talking about Herms translating these panels, but again, I've never seen Herms translate these panels any different from ChatGPT or DeepL or anything like that. I've actually seen him only translate single words or a statement or a sentence, but not the
Okay, then you must have been not knowing what Herm's been posting on Twitter, because not only has he been translating multiple scans of the Daisenshu that people ask for, he's literally agreed to the fact that the Daisenshu states that there are infinite galaxies. This is an official tweet by Herms himself, and if you want, I can also post a link to that exact Twitter page. So yes, Herms has been posting these translations, you just have not been paying attention.
Is an amazing place to get a resource for valid information. No, it's not. They're all biased little fanboys.
The statement that I got from Herms where he was saying that it could be interpreted as North Galaxies is directly from the Kanzenshu, which means Herms also posted there as well, which means that there is some sort of reliability in the Kanzenshu. Unless you're trying to say that Herms himself is a biased Dragon Ball fan, which he is not, the Kanzenshu has some sort of reliability. By this logic, every single social media site will be unreliable due to a lot of biased people being there. Do you not know how fucking dumb your logic sounds? Comic, you're not tracking. You still have not been tracking ever since 2 years ago. You have not been tracking ever since, bro.
Trust him over DeepL and ChatGPT translating everything for you. And the official
You're not going to be able to provide any epistemical justification for why ChatGPT and AI translators are more reliable than an actual human. Because not only are ChatGPT can make mistakes, it can be easily manipulated to make any argument you wanted to. For example, I can make ChatGPT say 2 + 2 is 5 and it'll make an argument to do that, which is obviously wrong. Even if I use a translator, I make sure to go actual reliable translators, aka native Japanese speakers and people who speak the language, to actually decipher this language and actually get the meaning and the context of these. So you're not going to be able to provide any epistemical justification to the fact that ChatGPT and DeepL, aka AI translators, are more reliable than human translators. You're not going to be able to prove that a day in life, from the day you was born up to the day you die. You will not ever be able to prove that.
Yeah, so, no, they're all interchangeable. Like each area of the universe is one galaxy. You saying quadrant, it just means 1/4.
This would just be a non sequitur of doom and despair. Just because a quadrant is 1/4 does not mean that it's only one galaxy. For example, if I cut a pizza into 4, does that mean there's 1 pepperoni per pizza? A division of territory does not mean a count of contained objects. For example, the northern and southern hemispheres of the earth have many different countries within them. What your definition of this logic is one object per fourth. It's 1/4 of a space. That doesn't mean that other things cannot be inside of that space.
Each galaxy is composed of nebula, and I have it again. I have it in the. You translated it at the top, and this is the rest of that translation. I have it in blue, but if you read it, it says each galaxy. This is the same one you just had. This is the same translation you just used, right? I have it in blue. If you zoom in, you can see it. The universe is composed. It says it's composed of 4 galaxies, and around those 4 galaxies are nebula, and within those galaxies, they're nebula, not other galaxies.
Yeah, he literally just took that entire statement out of context, and that conclusion doesn't logically follow. He's basically trying to say that because a statement shows the components of what a galaxy is made of, that means that other galaxies cannot exist inside of that section. Sure, a galaxy can be made in nebulae. That's perfectly fine. But once again, you are strawmanning my logic. You keep trying to say that I'm thinking that these sections are just big galaxies with other galaxies in them, which is what I am not saying. I don't know if I didn't explain this clearly to you, or you didn't listen to it clearly, or you're just being bumfuck retarded. I am not arguing physical galaxies. I am arguing administrative sectors, and that's where your whole logic falls apart, because all of this logic is trying to base off the fact that I'm arguing a physical. However, I'm not arguing anything physical at all to these 4 cardinal directions. I'm referring to the directions of the administrative sectors. Literally, for this entire debate, you've been arguing off of a claim that I have never made before.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. They're not other galaxies. So I don't know where you get it.
There are galaxies composed of innumerable nebulae.
Yes, that's what they are. So I don't know that we have the definition for a galaxy in Dragon Ball. Most important, it's in real life. That's what it is in real life. But most importantly, we're talking about Dragon Ball, and that's what they are.
Herms as well, right? So if I can show you another translation, right? Herms himself agreed that they were referring to infinite galaxies.
Not only did you just block out the entire Twitter section of him saying that there are infinite galaxies stated by the Daizenshu, the statement that you literally just provided literally just proved that the galaxies are just administrative sectors and they're not actually referring to physical galaxies. It specifically said these quote-unquote galaxies are not physical divisions. So if they're not physical divisions, then what could they be possibly? I don't know. Territorial terms, administrative sectors, not actual physical galaxies. You blocking out the evidence that I specifically showed of Herms agreeing that there's infinite galaxies stated by the Daizenshu is fucking crazy, because you know that it fucks up your entire logic and makes it invalid.
Section is called a galaxy, and we know what a galaxy is in Dragon. Okay, I have the
yeah, this is literally just an equivocation fallacy, because the galaxy can literally just be a label for these sections, not actual galaxies whatsoever. And because the galaxy can just be a label for these sections, that doesn't restrict the actual number of galaxies that are inside there. Your argument is literally just based off of either taking things too literal or taking things out of a context.
The plural is way more consistent, is because after they emphasize that it's made up of 4 galaxies, then they emphasize more that it's only
And I just think it's hilarious that Jazzy's entire argument is, hey, look, here's this alternate definition that we found that some guy used. Who is it? Oh, just some guy that I know in my Discord. He's my friend. He translated it. Therefore, everything Curator said was wrong.
The fact that you shortened it to just a friend in my server when I clearly explained who they are is actually crazy. I had this backed up by 2 people, one who has a certificate from learning Japanese and somebody who's also lived in Japan and studied Japanese and knows how to speak Japanese and decipher the language. Why are these more reliable than a Comic Curator? Let's see. Because humans are more reliable than people who use ChatGPT. And like I said, you're not going to be able to provide any epistemical justification for why ChatGPT is more reliable than an actual human. Obviously, if I have a friend who can speak the language, decipher the language, and actually give me an accurate translation of what it is, obviously I'm going to go to him rather than just going to ChatGPT or DeepL and say, oh yeah, that is definitely my answer. By that logic, ChatGPT is more reliable than Herms himself. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Most of that section, and it's all the way at the bottom. It's on a nebula. It's not in another galaxy.
Not only did he not provide any justification for why the Earth would be on a nebula, the Earth being on the outskirts of the North Galaxy is not relevant to this conversation. So I don't know why are you trying to use this to try to prove your point when it's actually not relevant to your claim.
So do you know what an outskirt is? You know what an outskirt is?
Yes, the edge. That's the edge.
Okay,
of the North Galaxy.
According to NASA, right? According to NASA,
okay,
the Earth is not on the outskirts of the Milky Way. It's actually
okay, but that's not
to the center than it actually is, right?
That's not in Dragon Ball. We're not talking about real life. We're talking about in Dragon Ball. That's the most important
The only thing that the galaxy statement ever provided was that it's made of nebula. It did not state anything else different about the Milky Way IRL and the Milky Way in Dragon Ball. So it makes more sense to compare the distance of the Earth and the North Galaxy compared to the Earth and the Milky Way, since you could said that the Milky Way and the North Galaxy are one and the same. And because the only difference that they provided was that only the galaxy was just made of nebulae, logically makes sense to automatically presuppose that the Earth has the same distance in the Milky Way as IRL. So going off of that logic, it makes no sense for the Earth to be on the edge of the Milky Way, since it is not at the edge of the Milky Way IRL. And that's what I was putting into question, which makes more valid sense that the Milky Way is just another one of these galaxies inside of this sector. The only reason I wasn't able to say this before is because I wasn't thinking straight and I haven't had any sleep in 4 days. But now that I have some sleep, I can actually think straight and track these arguments and debunk these dumbass arguments. And Comic, the fact that you're flexing other people's wins when you can't do it yourself is insane. And this is a really pathetic one, considering I was not mentally functioning fully at that point.
Don't have to be like reference to plural shit. For example, if I'm trying to name the West Coast or the East Coast, that doesn't mean that there's only like singular cities.
Hey class, let's add a new quote. The comic curator does not know what a proper noun is. And what I meant to say is that proper nouns are not always singular. Just because the name is a singular galaxy does not mean that there cannot be more galaxies inside the sectors. A singular noun does not automatically make it singular. Do you understand it now? Good. I like how he's instigating me at my weakest point possible, to the point where he's trying to make fun of me, which is actually crazy because me at my weakest is way better than you at your best. Me at my weakest will slam you at your best. I will slam you in any Dragon Ball topic possible. Do not play with me, man. You instigating and making random text does not make you more valid. It actually makes you seem more of a dumbass than you already are. It makes you seem more childish than you already are. It makes you like a low-tier subhuman that does not have any place inside of this world. And that is exactly what you are. You are a low-tier subhuman manipulating not only people in your server, but minors in your server. You are one of the worst human beings to ever exist inside of the Dragon Ball community.
Also confirmed who Infinite Galaxies. I have KJC, who also confirmed there are Infinite Galaxies, and then Herms himself also confirmed it, as well as the official, like the reliable consensus site, which Herms emphasized that there are Infinite Galaxies on.
No, I meant reliable, you fucking retard, because Herms himself posted this shit inside of the consensus, which gives the consensus some sort of reliability. If I meant official, I would have said official. That's even something that me and my weakest would have been able to say. What the fuck are we talking about?
And my favorite part about this discussion that he had with Jay is right at the end of it, before the stream got cut off, saying that he doesn't understand why the definition for a galaxy would mean the definition for the word galaxy.
It never got cut off accidentally. It was actually up for like 20 more minutes before it got taken down for hate speech, which I don't know why it's saying that. By the way, I never asked why the definition can't match up with the definition. That sounds stupid. I was explaining why wouldn't they refer to physical divisions, which he never explained. And this whole argument, he's literally just been going circle and just been using the same evidence. But yeah, that concludes the video and argument that we had here. So what are my final thoughts to the comic curator? You are by far one of the biggest clowns in the Dragon Ball community, bruh. Not only have you manipulated minors to believe that a fictional character is above religion, you have been lying to your fan base at every turn, and it's generally not going to be helpful for you. In my opinion, I would just say delete your entire account whatsoever, because it's not doing nothing for you. And another thing that I've been thinking, I think that your subs are botted. I think that you pay for your subscribers, because you have 10,000 subscribers and you can't even pass 1,000 views in about a couple of days. Drift Sauce and Zeta, who have way less subscribers than you, can get 1,000 or 2,000 views in about 1 day. And the fact that you cannot pass 500 in 1 day generally baffles me. That's why I'm thinking that your subs are probably just botted. Your most popular video literally has only 12,000 views. Meanwhile, Drip and Zeta's most popular videos literally are all the way up to 30,000, which is actually crazy. Which I think is actually crazy considering you have 10,000 subscribers, over 10,000, and you don't even get any views in like a single day. That's why I say you should just arguably delete your channel, because you have nothing good for your channel going on, and you're not even that good of a being to even have a channel in the first place, which is just why I just say just delete your channel, bro. YouTube is not going good for you, man. Not only did you just get beat by Shane, you just got beat by me, Drip Sauce, Historic, and everybody else, bro. You just got stun locked by Cookie a few days ago, and that's why I say you're probably one of the worst scum of the Dragon Ball history, other than Lord Paragon and Logical J. So yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. I wasn't planning on making it this late, but hey, If he's going to spread lies about me, then hey, we're gonna make a video responding to it. All right. I guess see you next time. All right. Peace.